Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, we set aside from quarterback, and we're going to let all you guys talk about that in a little bit. Before we get down, we're going to ask one more thing because it's looking like we're not going in the way I would want us to go. And It's looking like Drake might potentially be going elsewhere. And so we were going to ask, I'm obviously North Carolina. My guy Will is South Carolina. We're going to ask about our quarterbacks and where we think would be good teams for them to go. I'll start with Drake. My first is actually it's Atlanta. I think he would be solid in Atlanta. I think he'd be a good chance for him to sit behind Kirk Cousins, a quarterback that's kind of similar to him. You have a lot of weapons there as far as, Bijan Robinson. You got Kyle Pitts. You got Drake London. Obviously, a couple other pieces at wide receiver. They're building a great defense. But what's more is that is one of the weakest divisions right now in football.
Yes.
With the Saints, with the rebuilding Panthers and Tampa, even though they made it to the playoffs, they still, are kind of iffy. I honestly think Drake would be great sitting behind Kirk Cousins in Atlanta. Much better, much more than in what's it called? New England or Minnesota. Some of those places where if they throw him in, he's going to struggle. I don't want him to be in a situation like Sam was last year. Honestly, I think if you were able to get him somewhere, maybe in New York and back up Aaron Rodgers. I mean, some of these places he's not going to go, but the way he's been dropping, who knows? Somebody might take a chance on him as, a backup or something that could help the team as opposed to be the savior.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I would be nervous if he goes to New England. It's a new coaching staff. It just, I feel much better if he goes to Minnesota, where I think Kevin O'Connell is going to put him in a good situation.
Right.
You're right. You're right. So
he has receivers over there.
He darn right he does. Yeah. So we're kind of on the same page of what we're looking at here. So my chance to talk about Spencer Rattler, who was incredible here. Do not put that up there. I saw this comment. Do not put this up there. I cannot. Nathan.
Talia.
Nathan. Come on.
Undrafted. Let's go.
I will make a bet with you that Talia is not going to get drafted. You name your stakes. You let me know. But I'm saying he's not getting drafted. But for Spencer Rattler, I saw him play. I think this guy, if given a chance to sit, could really come out to be something. Maybe he'll want to be a backup, but someone who can win some games. But I'm with you the same thing. If you go to a team like Atlanta, you go to a team like the Rams that has an aging quarterback and can sit for 2-3 years, do the Green Bay Packer thing with Jordan Love, and by year 2 or 3, he may be ready to come in there. I mean, it's kind of crazy to say this. What about the Cowboys? Sit behind Dak. I mean, they're getting to a point where they're going to have to make it a choice on that contract. Right. The Saints, both New York teams, the Giants and Jets have quarterbacks who may not be around much more, a year or two. And then we just said it today. I was joking with Alex, but I'm like, what about the Lions? You need to sit there and let them see what's going to happen after Goff. Again, I'm not sitting here trying to say that Rattler can have the same career projection as Drake May, but I think if given one of those teams where he can learn for 2 or 3 years, he may be able to be something more than what people realize.
Well, absolutely. Hey, I want to see him have success, as we've seen, especially with both of our guys. A lot of the guys, it's very dependent on the team that they go to. We can go back to Trubisky. When he went to, the Bears, had that decent start, but they never really wanted him. And then he's kind of been bumping around different teams. Obviously, with the whole Sam thing, we can go far back to some of those other North Carolina quarterbacks that just have kind of struggled. So I really just want to see them go somewhere where it could really work with and pair, their skills and their abilities. So hopefully they'll get to that. But, I mean, with the desperation of how some of these teams are, I don't know.
Dun, 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 dun.
Let's go. The Washington Commanders. There it is.